In the wild, mysterious depths of Brittany, France, sits an old abandoned shack. Surrounded by ancient oaks and home to all manner of forest dwellers, it is here that we meet to share our stories. So pull up a seat, swing that light, grab your favourite beverage as we share another tantalising tale in the Freakin' Shack.
Hello listeners, welcome back to the Freakin' Shack.
Welcome back. It's Trina here and my wonderful co-host Steph.
Hi. Is that going to be our new intro? Entrance?
Have we got an entrance now?
Yeah.
Is that like an introduction and an entrance?
It's an intro and an entrance all at once. It's an entrance.
Entrance.
Yeah. As a dyslexic, I feel it's quite appropriate.
It's a new word. I love it.
I have now finished my game. Thanks.
Yeah, we did start recording about 5 minutes ago, but Steph was in the middle of a very
important hexagon matching game.
So we didn't.
Yeah.
We
I had a brief pause.
We had a brief pause, yeah.
Yeah.
I basically cut out all of the crap where we were talking about Stephanie playing her stupid game.
I only like a game if it's stupid. If it's got any real substance to it, I lose interest.
Yeah, it's too hard.
Yeah. It takes too much energy from my brain.
At this time in the evening,
yeah.
Too hard.
I have no energy for anything other than matching colours of hexagons. That's it. That's as far as my brain will stretch.
Well,
but hey.
We have just uploaded this week's podcast episode.
We have. And it's our London Underground episode.
It is. It's Terror in the Tube.
Ooh. I mean, other than, terror in your tubes, which you don't want.
You don't want terror in your tube?
Oh, no.
The Tube, as in the London Underground. It is called the Tube. Let's take the Tube. Is what is said in London.
I see. So it's not terror in your tubes then.
Taking
the
tube.
Want that.
No.
That could have been an episode about all kinds of things.
It could have been. We're not doing that. We do some horror stories, but not
that kind.
Not that kind. Absolutely not.
Dear. It's going to be one of those episodes, isn't it? Probably on my part. You're going to be more serious than me.
Most of our episodes are like that.
That's true. That's true. I feel like I'm the instigator of a lot of that. You've planned everything out to be all exactly correct and right. And
yeah, I write all my notes. Yeah. I get everything organised.
And I take the mickey.
And then you just come in and just
trash it all.
Yeah, trash it completely.
Our listeners love me. I'm saying optimistically. It'll be fine. But I add a bit of comic relief. I hope. I'm hoping I don't just annoy everyone.
Is that what you had or you've had?
What's that?
Comic relief.
Could be a little of both.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well.
So where are we going today then?
I have no idea.
Oh.
I do.
I was going to say, I hope you do, because I haven't.
I do have an idea. Oh, I just keep wondering, because we're so far ahead of ourselves now.
We are.
I have no idea what, we've uploaded a new episode today that goes out on, what's the date today? The 6th of February.
Yeah.
But when this episode comes out,
it's going
to be like
3 or 4 weeks.
Maybe March.
I don't think we're quite into March, are we?
No, I think we might be, actually.
Are we? Oh,
I think we've already done enough episodes to get us into March. So I don't know offhand what episode was last week.
Brilliant.
For the listeners.
Okay. All right. Well, that's all right. We can figure that out later. It's not a problem.
You'll all know that because you'll have probably listened to it already.
We're hoping.
Yes.
We're hoping. We've got more listeners, apparently.
Yeah, we had 14 downloads today.
Which is unusual, given the fact that today's episode hadn't gone live yet. So this was all downloads from the previous week.
Last week.
So, yeah.
But
weird.
I did put a little shout out on one of our social media groups. So it could have been from there.
Could have pulled in some extra listeners.
Yeah.
Just,
And we are closing in on 400 downloads now.
which is insane. I'm actually a little bit scared by that. Like, people are actually listening to us. Oh, honestly. Oh,
Well,
don't kick the table.
There's some people that are coming back.
Yeah, I'm hoping they're not all new listeners. They're
No.
all just listening to one episode and going, okay, bye.
Well, no, because I've got, like, I think it was saying, because I can look at the stats, and it says something like there's 59 listeners in France.
Oh.
There's not so many in the UK, but it's like 23 or something, I think, in the UK. And then we've got one in the Seychelles,
Oh.
one in Russia,
Right.
and one in Jersey. We had someone from Jersey listening last week.
Cool.
So that was cool.
I've heard Jersey's pretty.
It is very pretty.
I don't know anything about Russia other than potentially snowing,
No.
but I've never been. So I'm a bit lost on that one.
No.
But I've heard Jersey's pretty.
And where was the other one? There's a few in the US, and there's at least one in Canada. We know that.
See, I've never been to Canada either.
No.
I'd like to go to Canada though.
I'd love to go to Canada.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like it would be the place to be tonight. I'm quoting, I'm sorry.
She's off on one already.
I am. I'm movie quoting, sorry.
But today, the theme is still on our travel theme. We've been on a real travel kick this sort of this season, I should say.
Yeah.
And it's still on the travel theme.
Where are we going?
We're looking at haunted hotels.
Oh, that's always a good one. You get some really juicy stories from people that have stayed in creepy hotels.
And Steph has got her phone with her, and I am going to ask her to look up, I think it's 3 or maybe 4 hotels. I've got lots of these stories. You're going to hear me turning pages now.
Turn the page.
Turn the page. I would like you to look up the Ancient Ram Inn.
Okay.
And get some little
Snippets.
Some snippets for that one.
Oh, pretty. Sorry, there's a picture.
Yeah. Yes, Steph has found a picture. You can look it up on the internet and see a very beautiful picture.
It is a rather lovely building. Anyway, yes, carry on.
And can I ask you to do another one? Can you put that one on a save thing to come back to?
Go for it.
The other one is the Castle Stewart Hotel in Aberdeen.
The Castle Stewart.
Yes.
I've been to Aberdeen.
When did you go to Aberdeen?
Some time ago.
Oh, that's right. You said something about music or listening to music.
Yeah, we went to the tunnels.
Oh,
yeah.
We're going to the tunnels.
Yeah, I know. That's why we were talking about it.
Was it?
Yes.
Is that what we were talking about?
What am I looking up? The Castle Stewart.
Castle Stewart Hotel. Well, it's just called the Castle Stewart.
Oh, okay.
And I hope you've put in the haunted bits, because that's the bits we want.
Oh, thanks. I thought you just wanted a brief kind of...
No.
Is it the Castle Stewart by
It's the Castle Stewart.
It is the Castle Stewart.
And it's like the hauntings of Castle Stewart.
Okay, I should probably put that in then.
And shall I give you another one?
Yeah. Let me just hang on a minute. Hold that thought.
Because we're going to leave Steph to go look for all this while I start the stories.
I like it. Okay, go for it.
And the last one is the Black Swan Hotel. What?
Nothing. I thought you were going to say the Black Pearl, and then you said the Black Swan, and I was like, it's Miss Swan. And it all just tied in.
Call me Elizabeth.
Yeah, it's Miss Swan. Sorry. The Black Swan, what now?
What now?
In?
The Black Swan Hotel in
hotel.
York. And you want the haunted stories.
All right, I'm going to find the haunted stories.
Got it.
Got it, but there's a lot of videos. Oh, it's okay, I've got information as well.
That's fine. That's all I need.
Oh.
Just a few little bits, snippets of information.
Wee snippets.
Wee snippets, yeah.
Okay.
So I'm starting with my stories because I have loads. I've got lots of notes in the margins as well.
Oh,
so
crikey.
this might be cool. So I am starting today with the Stanley Hotel in Eats Park in Colorado in the US of A.
Mm-hmm.
And it says this historic hotel was inspired by Stephen King's novel The Shining.
Yeah, of course.
Of course
You can't do creepy hotels and not do that.
Guests have reported seeing the ghost of Elizabeth Wilson in this hotel. She was a chambermaid who died in an explosion in room 217.
Wow.
I wanted to know what the explosion was because it just said an explosion. I was like, did someone set light to something? And in actual fact, it was a gas leak.
Oh, crikey.
And it wrecked the entire west wing of the hotel. It wasn't just the room that was blown up. It was a whole wing of the hotel. So she was killed, actually, in that explosion. And the other hauntings as well are the old owners of the hotel. Mm-hmm. Now, this is a bit weird, and I haven't found out about this, but the lady's name was Flora, and F.O. Stanley. What F.O. stands for, I don't know. It could be.
I can come up with a few things for you.
I did think that when I was writing it down. F.O. Stanley.
Do you think that was instructions?
It could be. But apparently, Flora, the wife, is heard to be playing an antique Steinway in the music room.
Oh,
can you imagine that? Laying in your bed at night and all of a sudden hearing the piano playing, but when you go down there, there's no one there.
I mean, it would be weirder if there was also no piano.
Well, I don't know if
would it be weirder or not? Because if there was a piano there and it was playing on its own, then that's weird, right? But if you heard a piano, but there isn't a piano
in there, no.
I'm not sure which would be more creepy, if I'm honest.
No, I know. Very weird. Quite spooky, I would imagine, if there isn't a piano there and they hear it at night.
Yeah.
But now, this is weird. F.O., what is his name? We need to find out what his name is. Frank
Oswald.
Frank Oswald. I have no idea what his name is. Apparently he oversees a game of billiards in the billiard room.
Okay. And how do we know that he's overseeing it?
I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure what overseeing meant. Normally you're just standing looking on.
Yeah.
So if he's not doing anything, does he just
stand there? Is he just standing in the room? But that would be overseeing, obviously.
Yeah.
I say that about my cat. You know, when she sits outside and she just sits on the doorstep and I'm like, she's just surveying her lands.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But it might be that the game of billiards itself, if there's not a billiard room or something, perhaps it's the noise of the billiards being played.
But wouldn't that then be related to him playing billiards?
Possibly.
or
But maybe
overseeing billiards is
but-
a little. It's just a bit weird.
Yeah, but maybe he always oversaw the billiards being played.
Do you reckon he was like a ref?
Yeah, like the referee.
I mean, I'm sure they probably have another name, but they often have a guy in snooker, when the guy that has the white gloves.
Yeah.
He could have been one of those.
Yeah.
I know nothing about snooker or billiards, can you tell?
Yeah. And apparently Flora will sometimes mysteriously unpack your belongings.
That's a bit rude.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Might be private items.
Yeah. I don't think I want my knickers unpacked by anybody else, thank you very much.
Oh dear. It's all very well if you've packed up ready to leave the next morning. When you wake up in the morning, it's all been put back in the drawer.
Yeah, that would be a bit annoying, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Anyway, so that is the Stanley Hotel in Colorado. Now we have, she says, turning the page.
I'm not saying it again.
Turn the page. Stop coughing.
It's a casket, not a coffin.
Now this one is the Hotel Chelsea in New York City.
Oh. We're staying in the States then?
Yes. Poets and writers apparently have for many years visited and stayed at this hotel. Dylan Thomas, the Welsh poet, stayed in 1952. On a return visit in 1953, he apparently fell into a coma and died. He didn't actually die in the hotel. He obviously fell into a coma in the hotel, maybe, and was taken to hospital, but he died in a nearby hospital. But his ghost is said to visit room 206 quite often, and is said that he appears as a disembodied head. What? She's laughing at me.
No, I'm not laughing at you. You said to look up about these stories.
Yeah.
There's a typo, I think, in this story because it says about legend has it that I think it's supposed to say Earl of Moray.
Yes.
But it says Early of Moray.
The early
of Moray, and it just tickled me.
Could
I'm
be,
sorry, I was just
could it
giggling
be
to myself.
The early Earl of Moray?
Could be the early Earl. I don't know. But anyway, sorry, I wasn't the disembodied head wasn't the bit that made me laugh. I'm sorry.
No. The disembodied head of Dylan Thomas is apparently seen in the hotel.
I mean, I have to admit, if there was any disembodied part, it wouldn't be the head I'd want to, that's creepy, isn't it?
Yeah.
But
otherwise you'd see a body walking around with no head.
I feel like that might be better.
He could join the headless hunt then.
He could join the headless hunt. He'd be loud.
That's a Harry Potter reference. Right. But then again, in October 1978, in the same hotel, we're still talking about the Hotel Chelsea. In October 1978, police charged Sid Vicious, who had been the bass player for the Sex Pistols, with stabbing his girlfriend to death in room 100.
Oh. There's a guy you want to party with.
Her name was Nancy Spungen. Several people have claimed to see his ghost, not her ghost.
Oh.
She's gone, mate. She's gone.
Done. Finished.
Gone
Bye.
to places nicer. But they apparently see his ghost roaming around the halls and riding in the lift.
Oh. So he's the one that's stuck.
He's the one that seems to be stuck.
Ah. The whole, family rule then, don't be a dick,
Yeah.
kind of applies, I feel.
Maybe.
Sorry, we
Maybe.
have decided that you're not allowed to leave for better places because you were a bit of a dick.
Yeah. You're going to be stuck in the hotel forever, riding up and down the lift. Apparently other people have reported seeing the ghost of a woman that they call Mary. She is a woman whose husband died on the Titanic, and she is seen sitting in a room brushing her hair.
Oh.
In front of a mirror in one of the rooms. There you go. Be a bit weird, wouldn't it, if you checked into a room, opened up the door, and there's
somebody already sat at the desk.
Sat at the desk drinking, not drinking. Did not say drinking. It said brushing.
I was going to say, I mean, if they were sat at the table drinking, I might just
join
sit with them. Yeah.
Join them. Well, there you go.
We are not drinking today.
No.
No.
Well, we're not.
We don't have a beverage at all.
Which is a bit weird.
Introduction be damned.
But we are doing 2 recordings tonight, so we are definitely going to have a beverage for the second one.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're going to have to.
This next one that I have is the Langham Hotel in London. So a little closer to home. And it is considered to be the most haunted hotel in London. And most of the paranormal experience comes from room 333. There you go.
Oh, 333?
Yes.
Okay.
It says only those with a very brave disposition check into that particular room. Reports from the room vary from seeing a Victorian doctor who is thought to have killed his wife and himself whilst on their honeymoon.
That was nice of him.
Yeah.
Not much of a honeymoon, then.
No. It wasn't a long marriage. Also seen in this hotel is a German prince who apparently jumped from the 4th floor. Why exactly? I do not know.
So he jumped out the window?
Jumped out the window, yeah.
On the 4th floor?
From the 4th floor.
And we don't know why?
No.
Did he jump or was he pushed?
There's another one like that coming later.
Oh.
Did
he meet a tragic end?
Yes.
We don't know what happened.
We have one of those as well, and I did try to find out what the tragic end was. He is seen wearing a military jacket.
Oh.
But he was a German prince. A butler has been reported being seen, but apparently appears shoeless.
Okay. Has he got his socks on at least?
He has got socks on, apparently.
Which is, you don't want to go round on just your socks. You slip over.
Yeah.
Fall down the stairs and all sorts.
Quite possibly. Perhaps he's just trying to go around quietly.
Oh, that's considerate of him.
It is. So he doesn't make a noise.
None of these footsteps.
Yeah.
No.
No.
He's just got his socks on.
Just his socks, yeah. But there's also a footman wearing an old-fashioned powdered wig.
Oh.
There you go.
So somebody that goes around with no shoes and a footman. Just the connection there was just making me laugh.
And just for a really bizarre second...
Oh, just a thought. Now, there's a saying that people say... that whole thing of it died with their boots off.
Yeah.
Have you heard that before?
Yes.
Yeah. Basically meant that they died in bed.
Right, yeah.
Right? So if they say they died with their boots on, they died whilst they were up and about and doing their thing.
Yeah.
If they died in their bed, they were said to die with their boots off. I was just wondering if that was maybe a representation of the fact that he was in bed when he died.
Oh, quite possibly.
Didn't have his shoes on.
Well, I hadn't thought of that, but you might be right.
That's just where my brain goes.
Yeah.
It's possible that nobody else thought of that. And
No.
That's potentially because my brain is weird. And that's okay too.
So let me just... I was just on my last line of saying how somebody else weird had been seen in this hotel, and it was, in actual fact, Emperor Napoleon has also been seen.
Okay. Or somebody that looks like him.
Or somebody dressed up as him, yeah.
Did they have a fancy dress party?
And this is the Langham Hotel in London.
Oh. Do we know if Napoleon ever visited London?
Maybe just in his ghostly form.
I'm there. Okay.
Quite possibly. Now, this one is the Grand Hotel du Louvre. Here we go.
How many U's are in that?
Louvre.
many vowels.
Yes. It's obviously a French hotel. This is a former post house from the 18th century, and it's known for its strange occurrences, including sightings of silhouettes of objects being moved.
Ooh.
That happens in my house all the time.
That's just because you've forgotten where you put things. Who moved it? Nobody.
It is said that seances were carried out in room number 4 by Jules Barbie.
Was Cindy with them as well?
I'll say that again. His name is Jules Barbie de Auvrely.
Oh, I like it. It's
Jules Barbie de Auvreville. Auvreville. Would it be Auvreville or Auvreville?
well, if there was an
It's a double-
EI, it
there
would
was a-
be VA, but it's not.
It's double LY.
Yeah. VILLY.
Auvreville. Auvreville?
Yeah.
Or if you don't say the last word, the last letter, it will be Auvreville. And he was a famous French writer, but apparently he held seances in the hotel in room number 4.
Oh.
There you go.
Sorry, that was what place was that?
This was the Grand Hotel du Louvre.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just that I found something out about one of the other ones you told me to look up, and there was something about room 4.
Oh, was there another room 4?
Yeah. But I can't remember which one it was, and I'd have to look it up again. Sorry. Oh, no, I found it. It was Miss Swan. No, it was the Black Swan Hotel. But, yeah, we'll do that in a minute.
Okay, we'll do that in a minute. Now, look, I've scribbled this down, and now I can't remember how to say it. This place is called the Manoir des Brumes. There you go. Manoir des Brumes. I thought it was one word, but it's not. No. And it is a former Templar command house. So it was a place where the Templars lived. The Knights of the Templar. It dates back to the 12th century, and it's surrounded by 5 hectares of beautiful parkland. The manor is said to be cursed, with many owners experiencing misfortune over the years.
Do we know who cursed it?
We will go on to find a little out about it.
Okay.
It's believed that dark rituals and dark magic, yeah, were practiced here, leading to its ominous reputation.
Mm-hmm.
Ghostly apparitions have been seen, and there are 3 monks that are seen near the river close by, which is by the actual place itself. There is an apparition of a pale-faced woman which appears to visitors and makes guests feel very unsettled, apparently, when she appears. I'm not surprised. I would be a little unsettled.
I'm curious to know if the feeling is separate to the apparition. Do you know what I mean? If they don't see her, do they still feel weird?
They might feel those sort of feelings of
uneasiness.
Uneasiness, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just curious to know if that's a sort of thing that's like, oh, we saw something and therefore we felt a certain way,
Yeah.
or if it's like just, you know, I've seen people before go into these places and they're like, oh, there's a funny feeling.
A funny feeling in the place.
That's the thing that always gets me, is that, you know, other people will walk into places and go, oh, it's got a funny, weird sort of feeling to it. And I feel nothing. It's 4 walls and a ceiling and a floor. Like, I feel like I'm disconnected from something. Because everyone else seems to have feelings about rooms and buildings, and I don't. I go, oh, that's a nice building.
I have no feelings whatsoever.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm always, I don't know if I'm a bit envious, you know, of somebody that can go in and pick up on all these feelings, and I kind of go in and go, bit chilly in here. Do you know what I mean? And that's about as far as it goes. That's the only feeling I have. Feel a bit chilly.
Well, it's a bit hot.
Yeah, a bit warm in here.
But anyway, in this place, in this Templar commandery, there are mysterious sounds are heard and unexplained noises. Now, this is weird. Knocking on doors and the ringing of bells have been heard inside the hotel. Because it's now... Oh no, the attic. Oh. Inside the attic. Well, obviously, there's not rooms in the attic, but they must hear the noises from up there.
Oh. I'm wondering if there was, like, a bell tower or something? Or...
Well, there must be, like, an attic place as part of the... But that wouldn't be open to the public, would it?
I wouldn't think so.
The place is known for its cold spots and sudden drops in temperature.
See, that I'd feel.
There you go, with visitors feeling a chilling presence.
Fair.
So
I might feel that one.
Might feel that one. That might be your gift.
Yeah, I feel
I
chilly.
can feel the cold. There have been reports of objects being moved or disappearing altogether. Now, that happens in this house all the time.
Scissors.
Yeah.
Scissors always leave. Yeah.
Yeah. And where's the... Oh, the dog's bone has disappeared. She had a ball that we had put stuff in, a bone thing.
Have you checked under your sofa?
Yes. Yes, we have. Do you remember the little bone thing she had that we could put treats in? That's gone.
Right.
And you know the tube thing that we bought the other day?
Yeah.
We can't find that now either.
What? That's a brilliant toy.
I know. It cost me €8.
Wow.
And we can't find it.
A really great but expensive toy.
Yeah. And now we can't find it.
Well, yeah. That's weird.
Yeah.
Have you asked for it back?
No. I think I need to.
Yeah.
I have a feeling I might
Maybe the
have
fairies
to go.
have taken it.
No, I know who's taking it. It'd be Hayes.
Oh, yeah. She takes everyone's toys.
It'd be Hayes.
We are talking about a spirit dog who is no longer with us. But she might be with us in spirit.
Oh, she would definitely be
and
with us.
And she would
in spirit.
totally take everybody's toys.
Yeah, she would.
So, yeah, Hayes has taken them. Yeah.
So, I think, I'm going to have to say, Hayes, will you put the toy
Put
down?
the toy back.
Leave it.
Yes.
Hayes, leave it.
Put it down.
Put it down. Leave it for Marlowe, please. There you go. Right, so things disappearing altogether. The manor has a dark association with black magic, and the tragic fates of previous owners contribute to its haunted reputation.
What happened to them?
I did try and find out. It's a fascinating yet spooky destination for anyone interested in the paranormal. The original Templar Knights were accused of heresy. Now, these were the only owners I could find out anything about. So it was the original Templar Knights.
Oh.
And they were accused of heresy and other crimes, and that led to their brutal persecution and eventually their execution, leading to its legacy of being cursed.
Oh.
So I have a feeling there are other owners of the place, because somebody must own it now, but it didn't give me any more information at the time. Probably if I delve a little deeper, maybe it will.
So they had... So the owners of this place had were they Templar Knights, the owners?
The original owners were the Templar Knights.
And they were the ones that met tragic ends somehow.
Yes, they were accused of heresy and other crimes. Then brutally persecuted and then executed.
So they chose poorly.
They chose poorly, yeah.
I'm sorry, we need to have a drinking game where anytime we quote movies.
Yeah.
Oh,
A quote from the movies.
Yeah, sorry, that was an Indiana Jones quote.
Indiana Jones, yes.
Oh dear.
So there you go. So I did try and find out a bit more. Hence the second page of information on that one.
I like it.
That was all I could do. I do get limited time to do this research. So sometimes it has to be right. I do try now and find out about tragic ends, though, for Steph.
Yeah, I have to know what happened. I'm sorry. I cannot accept meta-tragic end. No, I'm sorry. I want to know what happened. Exactly what happened and how.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm a curious fiend. I can't help it.
The Mermaid Inn in Rye in East Sussex.
Oh.
If anybody's been to any of these places, please let us know. Because we would love to know if you have seen anything, felt anything, done a paranormal investigation into anything. If any of our ghost hunters are listening.
Yeah.
It would be so cool.
Yeah, it'd be good to be able to do like a follow-up episode on something, you know?
Or even have you on the show and do an interview.
Yeah.
That would be so cool. But this one is the Mermaid Inn in Rye in East Sussex. So if you've ever been there, ever had an experience there, please let us know. This historic inn dates back over 600 years and is one of the oldest buildings in the country. It was used as a base for the infamous Hawkhurst gang in the 1700s, and guests have reported seeing apparitions of gang members, including a lady in grey and a man who walks through walls.
Wow.
There you go.
Why is it always a woman in grey?
Or white.
Did they just put a black sock in the wash or something?
Perhaps they did.
They just had laundry issues.
Laundry issues, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you do get white ladies as well, don't you?
Yeah, but this is the thing. I feel
lady
like...
Lady in white.
You know, you have a lady in white and then the lady that had a washing incident.
Yeah. Now, this one is in Edinburgh, and this one is called Delucy Castle Hotel and Spa.
Oh.
So, a haunted spa. I don't know. I don't know if that part of the castle is haunted or not. But these are all places you can go and stay. That's what I love.
Yeah.
How cool.
There is actually... I've got one of those in a minute as well.
This castle comes from the 13th century, so it was built sometime in 12 something, and it was turned into a hotel. It's known for its ghostly residents, including someone called Lady Catherine, who died at just 16 after being banished to the castle tower.
Why? What'd she do?
Well, I'm not sure.
Threatened to run off with somebody, or
that I'm not sure, because there's another one that got banished to a tower, and I did find out about that one. But again, limited time on being able to check things out and find more details than I already have. But this guy, we could find out. Maybe have a delve in another day. Mm-hmm. Who died at? She died at 16 after being banished to the castle tower. And Sir Alexander Ramsay, who died of starvation in 1342.
Wow.
So again, banished maybe to somewhere and then never fed.
Oh, that's awful.
That's horrible.
It makes me wonder as well, because it says that she died at 16 after being banished. Well, how old was she when she was banished?
I don't know.
And what could she have possibly done wrong at that age?
I'm putting a star next to this because we need more information.
We need more information. I need more.
More info.
More info needed.
Well, we have now one that's called Balgolly Castle.
And where's that?
Balgully Castle, maybe? Antrim in Northern Ireland.
Oh, okay.
Balgully.
I realise
would
that's
imagine.
been my response for every single one of them.
Oh. That's all I hear. All
Yeah,
through
I know.
this when I'm editing. Oh. This one is a 400-year-old castle. It is known for its resident ghost called Isabella Shaw. She is the wife of the original owner. She was locked in the room at the top of a tower and died after falling out or being pushed.
Oh, okay. So we have another one of those tragic ends.
Her ghost is said to walk the corridors, this is scary, and knock on guests' doors at night.
Sod that.
Can you imagine?
No, absolutely not. No,
not a bit of this. Ooh.
No, I think I might never stay there again if that was to happen.
Yeah.
Plus, it would be really annoying, and I think that would be the thing. It would be a case of, will you go away? Pack it in.
Just stop now. I did try and find out a little bit more about whether or not we know whether she fell out or she was pushed out.
Right.
It turned out that her husband, when they got married, he wanted a child. And as soon as she had delivered that child, that's when she was banished to the tower room.
Oh, surplus to requirements now.
Yeah. So I'm thinking that she was probably trying to climb out of the tower, maybe to get to her baby.
Potentially.
And obviously died hitting the floor. Her ghost is said to walk the corridors and knock on doors. She's probably still looking for her child.
Yeah. Yes, potentially exactly that.
Ah, dear.
So potentially if you answered the door and told her that there was no child in this room,
no,
she might go
away
to somebody else's.
Yeah. And a little snippet as my last one before we go on to the ones that you've got is the Savoy in London.
Oh, right. I know that one.
A very famous and very expensive hotel.
Well, I've never stayed in it, but I know which one it is, if that helps.
I've walked past it. And apparently there is a ghostly presence on the 5th floor. Guests have reported seeing a young girl. Doesn't say what she was doing or...
Was she in white or grey?
Doesn't say.
Okay.
And apparently they hear mysterious creaking of an elevator, lift. It's called a lift. In London, it's definitely called a lift. That operates all on its own.
Okay, then. Does it operate all on its own if you're in it?
See, I need more info.
I have questions.
We've always got questions at the end of this.
It's like, I mean, a lift, going past and it operating on its own, that's one thing. But if you get in it and it then completely ignores where you want to go and takes itself somewhere else, then I might have an issue.
Yeah. It could be like the lifts in the Ministry of Magic that go in any direction.
They just go in a different direction altogether.
Go backwards, sideways.
Yeah. I think I might wet myself a little bit if that was happening.
I even wondered if it was like when they were saying about this creaking elevator. Mm-hmm. Is it one that used to be there that isn't there anymore, or one that used to work but doesn't work now? Because if it was one of the really old-fashioned type elevators, with the gates.
Oh yeah, the big gates that go across.
The big metal gates that they used to pull across. Maybe it's one that is not used, but they still hear it. I don't know.
More information needed.
I'm a star going next to that one. More info required.
Yeah.
So, I have got to the ones that are right at the end that I threw over to Stephanie at the beginning of this.
And I was listening to you this whole time.
I know, and you've been listening and trying to collate different information.
I have.
So can you tell us anything about the Castle Stuart?
Not unless I find the right page. I think that's that one. Right. The Castle Stuart. Sorry. Advert just popped up in front of me and took up my whole screen. It was very inconsiderate of Instagram. That's all I'm going to say. The Castle Stuart is in Inverness in Scotland. And you can stay in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can actually go, you can stay in it. Apparently there are many ghostly stories that have circulated around Castle Stuart, but the most common dates back to the 18th century.
Wow.
Legend has it that the Earl...
Is this the
Moray?
Is this the early Earl?
The Earl of Moray inherited the castle and wanted to rent it out. He had difficulties doing this due to rumours of the headless man who tormented the servants of the castle. In attempts to prove the castle was not haunted, he offered a reward to 4 local men who were willing to spend the night with the door locked for the entire night.
Oh. And what happened?
The first 3 men, a minister, an elder in one of the churches, and a shoemaker. I swear there's a joke here. Anywho, they all reported haunted dreams and sightings of a blood-splattered or dark-figured man in the room.
Ooh.
In it with them, even though the doors were locked.
Okay.
The 4th visitor was called Rob Angus, a stocky Scottish man who claimed to be afraid of nothing. He was found lying dead on the ground.
Oh my God.
Yeah. A sheep farmer claimed that he heard loud screams and witnesses a light on in one of the castle windows where he can see the body of Rob Angus explode through the glass.
What?
I have no idea. The farmer claimed that he saw a hideous face that was grinning down at him that he believed to be the devil.
Oh my God.
I mean, wow. Yeah.
And you can go and stay at this place.
Can go and stay at this place.
Right, everybody. Let's all go.
We're all going to meet there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exploded through the glass.
That's what it says. It says a sheep farmer claimed that he heard loud screams and witnesses a light on in one of the castle's windows where he can see the body of Rob Angus explode through the glass.
Wow.
What I want to know is he coming in or is he going out?
There's me just expecting her to say, yeah, there was a grey lady.
Oh, no. Oh, this one was a good one.
That was a doozy.
Yeah.
not a doozy. I put a message onto a TikTok thing the other day and said, and I meant to say this was a doozy, as in this was like really good. And it came out, and I didn't realise, it came out as doody.
It auto-corrected to doody.
It auto-corrected to doody.
Then you got a violation.
And then I got a violation and was told that I shouldn't be rude to people. Because apparently it was telling whoever it was I was writing to that their post was
shit.
Except the funniest thing was I was writing on my own post.
Interesting. Okay, so don't be so mean to yourself.
Don't be so mean to yourself. Be nice.
Be nice to yourself.
But it should have said it was a doozy.
Not Doody.
Not Doody.
We used to have a vet called Mr. Doody.
We had a vet called Mr. Doody. I didn't think there was anything wrong with the word. But
No,
hey ho,
no.
There you go.
I don't think it's a British
Right,
thing.
okay. So, after that, Steph,
Yeah.
we go to the Ancient Ram Inn.
Oh, that's this one.
Now, the only notes I have on this are that Most Haunted went there.
Most Haunted did go there, yeah.
And do an investigation.
Yeah, they did. Most haunted, ancient ram. So haunted we had to leave is
Yes.
the episode title. If you go onto YouTube, onto a guy called Adam Mark Explores,
Yeah.
he's done a video on it.
Hmm.
But that was about a year ago. So
Yeah. But the interesting thing was that people have said it is so haunted that some people that have gone and tried to do investigations or stay there have had to have specialist counselling afterwards.
wow. Most haunted episode, by the way, the most haunted episode was on TV in 2005. So quite some time ago.
Yeah. I don't know if it's on their YouTube channel.
Probably.
I will have a look. If it is on there, I will pop it on as a link.
A YouTube channel called Project Fear have also done a video on this. Yeah, so there's a lot going on. There is a TripAdvisor thing that says the Ancient Ram Inn, all you need to know before you go. I might just have to have a sneaky look in.
We're having a little sneaky peek.
Having a sneaky peek. Oh, cookies. Oh dear. Well, I will say that their ratings aren't very good. They're not actually going to tell me anything.
Are they not?
No, it's not going to tell me anything. Okay, hang on a minute. Let me go down to the other one. Okay.
Is this where you have... Oh, is this the next one?
No.
Oh, there's still the Ancient Ram.
This is the Ancient Ram. It says it's a former pub, and the inn is said to have been owned by the local St Mary's Church when it was first built. The pub is allegedly haunted and dates back to 1496.
Wow.
Wow. Definitely some time ago. I don't even think I can imagine 1496. My house is like 16 something. And yeah, weird. Anyway. But that's all it's going to tell me. It's not very helpful, this. I will be honest. So yeah, I can't find as much on this one. But you can get a guided tour of it, because I don't think it's a working inn anymore. It's not a working...
But I do know there's quite a few paranormal investigations that have been done.
There's a lot that's been done on it. So yeah. But I think you have to actually book it to go and visit.
Yeah.
It's not so much an inn anymore. They don't, but you can book it out.
I'll put a star next to it. We will re-look at that one, and I'll see if I can do some more investigations. Perhaps have a look at some of what Most Haunted did on theirs.
Yeah.
Perhaps we can come back and give some more information. So the last one on the list is the Black Swan.
It is. My phone's just had a bit of a fit, so we just have to hang on a second.
Her phone has just died.
It's just giving me a big white screen. Hang on a minute. Oh, no, don't. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. I got it back. It's fine. It's fine. It's back. Okay. So this was the... this is the one that dates from 1737. So again, quite a ways back. But there has been a hostelry on the site for much longer than that.
Oh, right, okay.
So it wasn't the building. There was a previous building there before. It says the hotel's brick cellar may well date from the early 17th century. So I'm assuming that they rebuilt the top part, but they kept the cellar.
Yeah.
It's without a doubt one of the spookiest parts of the inn is the basement.
Right.
And as such has become something of a magnet to investigators and investigators of the paranormal in recent years. I can speak.
I am asking her to read this straight off without having seen it before, and Stephanie is dyslexic, so we are asking a lot.
At least I get to read it in English. It's not all in French.
No, that's true.
The results of their researches seldom disappoint. Tape recorders pick up strange knocks and bangs. Thermometers display alarming drops in temperature. Video footage shows orbs of light moving in the darkness. And one intrepid group, that took me a minute, of ghost hunters even managed to photograph the image of a face peering at them from the cellar wall. The thought of spending the night in a cold cellar might not be to everyone's idea of a restful break. So, for those of who prefer their creature comforts and seek a decent night unrest in a haunted bedroom, room 4 is the place to lay your head.
Ooh.
Several guests have left this room in the middle of the night when the resident reverend has turned up to interrupt their slumbers.
Oh dear.
She is said to be a young woman in a flowing dress. We're assuming it's white or grey.
Yeah.
Who materialises from the wall, glides to the chair by the window and sits down, gazing out into the night. Having kept her weary vigil for a short time, she rises slowly into the air and floats across to melt into the wall behind the bed.
Wow.
Yeah. If you were in that bed, I think a little bit of wee. Anyway.
Yeah.
2 researchers who spent the night in the room hoping to make the acquaintance of the mystery woman had what they thought was an incident-free ghost-watching session. Until, that is, they watched the film from their video camera and had been trained on the chair all night. At around 1:15, a misty form could be seen floating in the vicinity of the chair, and it is debatable as to whether or not this was the ghostly resident playing to the gallery. But one thing is certain: her frequent visits, coupled with other phenomena that have been experienced in other parts of the building, make a visit to the Black Swan a must for all who seek a much researched and well documented haunted hostelry. Hostelry. Yeah. Well, however you say that.
Yeah. Pub.
Yeah. That'll do. That'll do, pig. That'll do. So yeah, that one looks like a really good one, actually.
Yeah. I gave you some meaty ones there, didn't I?
Yeah. Yeah. Doesn't disappoint.
No, did not. Well,
I have to admit, I think we were slapped in the face with the first one.
I think we were, yeah. That was a bit OTT.
Mm.
There you go. I have a story.
Go ferret. Oh, sorry, that's not the correct introduction. Swing that light.
Yeah, I can't reach.
There
It's
you go.
swinging.
It's officially swinging.
It is swinging. We have something here called The Haunting of Ravenwood Manor. I'm going to try and read it quietly without rapidly doing this. Right, The Haunting of Ravenwood Manor. Nestled deep within the misty woods of Somerset, England, stood the centuries-old Ravenwood Manor. This grand yet eerie hotel, with its ivy-clad walls and Gothic architecture, was known far and wide for its haunting beauty and chilling legends. It was a cold, rainy evening when Emily and Jack, a young couple seeking a weekend escape, arrived at Ravenwood Manor. As they drove up the winding path, the manor loomed before them, its dark silhouette almost blending with the stormy sky. The air felt heavy, and a sense of foreboding crept into their hearts. They were greeted by Mr. Thornfield, the enigmatic innkeeper, whose piercing blue eyes seemed to hide 1,000 secrets. He escorted them to their room, a lavish suite adorned with antique furniture and an ornate fireplace that crackled with warmth. Yet despite the room's opulence, Emily couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. That night, as they settled into bed, strange noises echoed through the halls. Emily heard soft whispers and footsteps just outside their door. She nudged Jack, but he dismissed her concerns, attributing the sound to the old building's creaks and groans. Unable to sleep, Emily decided to explore. She tiptoed down the dimly lit corridor, her heart pounding. At the end of the hall she found a dusty old portrait of a beautiful woman in a crimson dress. Beneath it, a plaque read, Lady Isabella Ravenscroft, 1785. Emily felt an inexplicable connection to the woman in the painting. The following day, Emily and Jack ventured into the nearby village, where they heard tales of Lady Isabella, who had tragically perished at Ravenswood Manor. She had been a young bride, awaiting her husband's return from war, but he never came back, and in her grief she took her own life. It was said that her spirit never left the manor, externally searching for her lost love. That night the haunting intensified. The temperature in their room dropped, and a ghostly figure appeared at the foot of their bed. It was lazy.
To the further bed, it could have been lazy. It's okay, we'll cut that out. Oh my goodness. Be serious now.
I can't get back to reading it now. Trying to get back to a storytelling voice. Talking about lazy Lady Isabella. Oh my God, I can't even read it now because I'm crying with laughter.
Oh my goodness.
And I cannot
That tickled
even
me.
That was ridiculous. Oh goodness. Right. Let's find lazy Lady Isabella. I'll restart the paragraph, shall I?
I think that's probably best.
That night, the haunting intensified. The temperature in their room dropped, and a ghostly figure appeared at the foot of their bed. It was Lady Isabella. Her eyes filled with sorrow, and she whispered, help me find him." Terrified, Emily and Jack tried to leave the room, but the door wouldn't budge. Desperate for answers, Emily recalled the innkeeper's peculiar behaviour. She confronted Mr. Thornfield, who reluctantly revealed that the manor's dark history. Lady Isabella's husband had indeed returned from the war, but he was murdered by a jealous rival. His body was hidden within the manor walls. Emily and Jack, determined to free Lady Isabella's spirit, searched the manor for clues. In a hidden chamber behind the portrait, they discovered a skeleton wrapped in tattered military garb. The ghost of Lady Isabella appeared once more, her face now serene. "Thank you," she whispered, before vanishing into the ether. With the mystery solved, Ravenwood Manor seemed to breathe a sigh of relief. The oppressive atmosphere lifted, and the haunting ceased. Emily and Jack left the manor, forever changed by their experience. And though they never returned to Ravenswood Manor, they carried with them the memory of Lady Isabella's tragic love story and the knowledge that even in death, love endures. There you go.
They found him in the walls.
They found him in the walls.
Why wasn't he haunting that place?
I don't know.
It's just weird to me. It's weird to me how some people do and some people don't. What's the governing factor there? Is it a choice? You know, did he choose to just go, no, you're all right, I'm done. Bye.
I'm done, I'm off.
And she said, no, I've got to find him first. I don't know. Weird.
He could have just slipped by and just said to her, look, mate, I'm off.
Yeah. Just so you know,
do you want
I'm not hanging around.
Yeah,
right?
do you want to come?
Yeah.
Do you want to come too?
Yeah, if you come in, the bus is at 6. All right? Yeah, I just feel like, the heads up might have been nice.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I've ordered an Uber.
Yeah.
An Uber to heaven.
We're on our way.
And if you want to join me, be outside at 6.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just weird to me how, he obviously had the death that resulted in him being bricked up in the walls.
Yeah.
And, it just makes you wonder why he wasn't the one haunting the place.
Yeah.
But hey-ho. Maybe he was and he just never learned the skills to be able to make himself visible. I don't know what the word... There's a word. There's a... materialise, but it's like something else. I don't know. Listeners, tell me what that word is, because I don't know.
No. I think we've just about had it now.
Yeah, I haven't got a clue.
No.
I am a mushroom.
I am a mushroom.
I am a mushroom.
And with that, I do believe we have come to the end of yet another session of Haunted Hotels.
Yeah.
Please let us know if you stayed at any. Please let us know if you've had any experiences in haunted hotels.
Yeah.
Or haunted rooms, guest houses, campsites.
Spooky roads.
Oh, yeah, spooky road. We've been doing a lot on travel, so it could be anywhere.
Anywhere.
Spooky roads, spooky trains, spooky ships.
I wonder what you were going to say then.
Ships. I see no ships.
Spooky shit.
No, we're not talking about any more doody.
No.
There's no more doody being mentioned.
Corporealise. That's the word.
That's the word.
I think that's the word.
Appear.
Anyway, with that being said, keep your minds open and your lamps lit, and we will see you again next time
at the freaking shack. Bye, everyone.
Take care.
Contact us at fshack03@gmail.com or find us on social media by searching #TheFreakingShack. That's freaking without a G.